Good morning, Sergeant Blackburn.
When are you going to tell me what's going on?
Blah 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 blah. Man, this is really boring. No, really, the story in Battlefield 3 is not what you would call compelling or interesting. In fact, it's very cliché. In fact, the whole campaign is a bit disappointing, seeing the fact that the developers had the chance to make the single-player campaign an unforgettable experience. Because the graphics and sound design are simply staggering. It's such a shame the campaign is ruined by very flat characters and lots of little things that remind you the campaign is not as polished as it should be. You can, for example, not show people on the streets sometimes. I'm not just talking about civilians either here. It's the same with real enemies at times. Don't get me wrong though, it is of course still Battlefield 3, so some moments you'll be looking at your screen believing it's actually real what you're doing there, and well, that helps. I mean, this moment where you are in the gunner seat of a jet is actually quite a cool mission.
Here we go.
You see, the thing is with Battlefield 3's campaign is that it could have been so much better if the characters weren't this flat and the story wasn't that cliche and blah 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 blah. I know I have a lot of criticism, but it's also just that you are not really involved with your teammates. Sometimes you don't realize that you're there. Okay, slowly. Don't want to get pushed off by some kind of idiot behind me. Okay, he did. He did push me off. Battlefield 3 is a very pretty game, we all know this, but where that really helps is in the multiplayer, because the multiplayer is good. It doesn't have a storyline, doesn't need one, it's just absolutely fantastic. All the game modes are fun, you heavily rely on teamwork, which makes, well, I like that a lot. I mean, that's why I like Battlefield 3 more than Call of Duty. Yes, I know, I'm gonna get lots of comments, or not, if you're not watching this of course, but you know, I like Battlefield 3 a bit more than Call of Duty because of the teamwork and the graphics of course, and the sound. It's all a bit more immersive. One thing that is very nice about Battlefield 3's multiplayer is that you get to drive multiple vehicles such as jeeps, tanks and jets, and you can also sit as passenger or you can sit as gunner. And they really help you travel around the maps because they're quite large most of the time. Some maps don't have vehicles, so they're a bit smaller. But it's really nice to have those. It really defines what big scale combat should be. Driving those vehicles is not very easy, as I shall now demonstrate. Sadly, I wasn't able to record any kills that I made, as you just saw, but that doesn't really matter. That's the point of Battlefield 3. I can die a lot, but still have lots of fun. And in Call of Duty, I get very frustrated all the time. But Battlefield 3 remains fun, even when you're losing, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's why I highly recommend buying it. It's just a fantastic experience, and the campaign you should just ignore. It's just a bit of a training. There's also co-op, which is better. It's not as good as the multiplayer. So just buy it, play multiplayer, and have a great time.